Today's workout will focus on training the legs and core while challenging our balance mechanisms. We will work in multiple planes of motion to target all the muscles of the lower body and core. Let's get started. Stand with your legs externally rotated from the hip width distance apart. Now extend your arms to the side. Lower down a few inches, come back up and shift your weight to the left. Lower down, shift your weight to the right. Come down in the center and point your right toes as you shift to the left. Now point your left toes as you shift to the right. Repeat and hover the right foot off the mat. Now the left foot. Your arms are moving overhead as you're shifting your weight. Lower down in the center one more time and ground yourself. Stand in a parallel position. Now lower down into a half squat. Come back up and extend your left leg to the back. Lower down, extend your right leg to the back. Your arms are moving overhead as you lower, and they're extending to the back as you lift your leg. Keep moving. One more time on each side. Stand up straight and place your hands on your hips. Ground through the right leg and kick to the left. You don't have to kick very high, just activate the muscles in your lower body. Now ground through the left leg and kick to the right. Keep your torso upright and your legs in parallel. Stand at the back of your mat. Roll down through your spine. Bend your knees and let your torso release. Stay here for a moment. Now walk into a plank. Hold and find your position. Pike your hips up. Come into down dog and stretch your hamstrings. Come back into a plank. Move your hands closer together and come into a Spider-Man stretch with your right leg in the front. Stay here and stretch. Come back into your plank. Now pike your hips back up. Come into down dog. Stretch. Come back into your plank. Lift your right leg up. Come into a low lunge position. Both legs are forming 90-degree angles and now lean forward slightly. Lower down into pigeon pose. Keep your upper body upright. Now lower your torso down towards the mat. Sit back on your left foot, extend your right leg and reach towards the right foot with the opposite hand. Keep your torso straight. Come back to quadruped and let's repeat on the other side. Come into a plank, hold for a moment. Now pike your hips up, come into down dog, stretch. Come back into your plank, move your hands close together and come into a Spider-Man stretch with the left leg in the front. Come back into your plank. Pike back up into down dog. Stretch. Come back into your plank. Now lift your left leg. Come into a low lunge. Form 90-degree angles with both legs and lean forward slightly. Now let's move into pigeon pose. Keep your torso upright. Stretch your hips. Now lean forward. Sit on your right foot. Extend your left leg and reach towards your left foot with the opposite hand. Keep your torso straight. Come back into quadruped. Tuck your toes under and get ready to push into down dog one last time. Pike up and stretch. Now walk your hands back. Let your knees bend. Place your hands in front of your feet. And now extend your knees and roll up through your spine one vertebrae at a time till you're standing up straight. Now let's circle the arms overhead and release. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale and release. Let's move on to ballet squats. For this series, we will work in an external rotation. This challenges the deep hip rotator muscles that help us stabilize. Stand with your legs externally rotated from the hips, heels together. Form an oval in front of your chest with your arms. Now slowly lower down, keeping your hips tucked. Come back up and straighten your knees. Now lift your heels 3 times as your arms move overhead. Slowly lower back down. Tuck your hips, slowly come back up. Lift the heels 3 times. Let's repeat this movement 3 more times. Keep your hips tucked, your torso long, and your shoulders depressed. This exercise is great for centering yourself. Last time, plie again and come up. Last 3 releves. Place your hands on your hips and stand in a wider stance. Lower down, keeping your hips tucked. Now lift your heels up and down, up and down, up and down. Keep moving. Your knees line up with your second and third toes. Your hips stay tucked. 2 more repetitions. Stay in plie and form an oval in front of your chest. Lift your heels up. Extend your legs as your arms move overhead. Plie back down. Lower your heels back down. Heels up. Extend and lift your arms. Plie down. Lower your heels back down. Keep moving. Keep your shoulders depressed and your neck long. Your knees line up with your second and third toes. Your rotation comes from the hip. Let's repeat 4 more times. Last one. Let's repeat this series one more time. Stand with your legs externally rotated from the hips, heels together. Form an oval in front of your chest. Now slowly lower down, keep your hips tucked, and come back up and straighten your knees. 3 releves. Lower back down, knees line up with the second and third toes. Come back up slowly and up. 1, 2, 3. Lower back down. Straighten your knees. Lift your heels. 1, 2, 3. 2 more times. Place your hands on your hips and stand in a wider stance. Lower down, keeping your hips tucked. Now lift your heels up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Keep moving. Keep your torso long. Release any tension in your shoulders. Let's do 2 more. Stay in plie and form an oval in front of your chest. Lift your heels, extend your legs and lift your arms. Bend your knees, lower your heels. Heels up, extend, bend your knees, lower your heels. Heels up, extend your legs, bend your legs, lower your heels. Keep moving. Three more times. Lift your heels, extend your legs, bend your legs, lower your heels. 2 more times. If your legs are getting a little bit shaky, that's alright. That just means you're working all the muscles in your legs. Let's move on. You can do the next series with or without a yoga block. For the standing core series, let's start with the right foot on the yoga block. Externally rotate your left foot slightly. Your feet are making a narrow V shape. Now extend your arms to the side, fingers pointing up. Extend your left leg behind you. And now get ready to kick to the front. Ready and kick. Extend the leg behind you. Kick. Extend the leg behind you. Keep moving. 2 more times. Flex your foot and keep it right next to your other foot. Now point your foot and extend your leg to the side. Flex and lower, point and extend. Flex and lower, point and extend. 3 more times. This exercise encourages you to stabilize throughout the hips and core. Come back to starting position for leg circles. Point your foot and draw a counterclockwise circle towards the front. Flex your foot at starting position. Now point your foot and draw a circle the other way around. Flex your foot, point, counterclockwise circle, flex, point, clockwise circle. 1 more time in each direction. Lower your foot down to the mat and let's repeat on the other side. Stand with your left foot on the yoga block. Externally rotate your right foot and make a narrow V shape. Extend your arms to the side, fingers pointing up. Now extend your right leg behind you and kick to the front and extend behind you. Kick up and extend, up and extend. 3 more times. Keep your torso long and press into your hands. Flex your foot and keep it right next to your other foot. Now point your foot and extend to the side. Flex, point and extend to the side. Flex, point and extend to the side. 3 more times. Again, press into your hands and keep your hips stable. Come back to starting position for leg circles. Point your foot and draw a clockwise circle. Now flex your foot, point, and draw a counterclockwise circle. Point again, clockwise circle, flex. Point, counterclockwise circle. 1 more time in each direction. Lower your foot down. Let's do 1 more exercise. Stand on your block with your right foot again. Now extend your arms to the side, bend your left knee and line it up with your hip. Now extend your left leg behind you, then bend your knee again. Extend your leg again and bend your knee again. Keep moving like this. Keep your shoulders aligned and your torso as stable as possible. 1 last time. Step down from your block and let's repeat on the other side. Stand on your block with your left foot, extend your arms to the side. Now bend your right knee and line it up with your hip. Now extend your leg behind you. Bend your knee again. Extend your leg behind you. Bend your knee again. Keep moving. 2 more times. Great job, you did it. For the chair leg series, stand in front of your chair with your feet in parallel hip width distance apart. Lift your arms to shoulder height, palms facing down. Now lower down and double tap your chair 2 times, then come back up and extend your arms slightly behind you. Double tap your chair again and squeeze your glutes when you come back up. Double tap and come back up. Keep moving. Squats are a great compound exercise to include in your training. They work everything from your quads to your glutes to your core muscles. And when you're extending your arms to the back, your triceps is also engaged. Let's do 2 more. Turn your body around for a single leg squat variation. Place your right leg on top of your chair with your leg extended. Your hands are in prayer in front of your chest. Now lower down and let your right leg slide on the chair and come back up. Lower down again, moving your hips back and then come back up. Your chest is proud and the knee of your standing leg is in line with your second and third toes. We have 4 more to go. When you are ready, try to increase your range. Lower your leg down to the floor and get ready to move your chair to the other side because we're going to work the other leg. Place your left leg on top of your chair. Hands are in prayer. Now lower down and let your leg slide on the chair and come back up. Lower down and sit back and come back up. Keep moving. Keep your knee in line with your second and third toe and your chest proud. Let's do 3 more. Lower your leg down to the mat and move your chair back to starting position. We will repeat this series one more time. Starting with squats. Double tap your chair, come back up, arms extend behind you. Double tap, come back up, arms extend behind you. Double tap, squeeze your glutes as you come back up. Keep moving. Let's do 2 more. Turn your body around for your single leg squat variation. Place your right leg on top of your chair with your leg extended. Hands are in prayer. Now lower down and come back up. Sit back, come back up and squeeze your glutes. Keep moving. Working single leg is great to balance out the sides of your body. Most people have a stronger and a weaker side, and this makes sure that you're working both sides equally. 3 more to go. Move your chair to the other side and let's finish off by working our right leg. So place your left leg on top of your chair. Hands are in prayer. Now lower down and come back up. Sit back into your squat as you lower. Squeeze your glutes as you come back up. Four more to go. Lower your leg down to the mat. Let's move on to glutes and abs. Come to all fours. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Flex your foot. Now kick your foot up until your knee is in line with your hips. Lower back down and come back up. Keep your knee slightly inverted. Internal rotations are great because they help target the glute med and min. We are working our hips from all angles. If your body shifts back and forth a little as you move, that's alright as long as your pelvis and your core are stable. Let's do 2 more. Let's repeat on the other side. Cross your left knee over your right knee. Flex your foot. Now kick your foot up and lower down. Kick up and lower down. Remember to keep your knee slightly inverted even as you press up. Keep going. 5 more. Turn your body around and face the side of your mat. Come into quadruped again. Knees underneath your hips, arms underneath your shoulders. Lift your right knee up and put pressure into your right hand. Extend your leg and bend your leg. Extend and bend. Keep moving. Your foot is flexed and your torso is as stable as possible. Your range of motion might feel small, but you're still targeting your muscles. 2 more repetitions. Lower your knee back down to the mat. Let's repeat on the other side. Lift your left knee, put pressure into your left hand. Now extend the leg to the side and bend. Extend and bend. Keep moving. You don't have to lift your knee very high. Focus on keeping your torso and your hips stable. 4 more repetitions. Lower your knee back down to the mat. Sit back onto your knees for a moment and take a deep breath. Move to the end of your mat for lateral bear crawls. Find your quadruped position. Hover your knees off the mat. Now move your left arm and right leg to the right. Right arm and left leg to the right. Keep moving towards the end of your mat. Opposite arm and leg move together. Once you've reached the end of your mat, move back to the left. Remember, opposite arm and leg move together. Your belly button is drawing in. Your pelvis is in neutral. Return to the right side of your mat one last time. Move with control. Keep your body as stable as possible. Once you've reached the end, move back to the left and return to your starting position. Lower your knees down to the mat, come into child's pose and stretch. Turn your body around and find your quadruped position again. Your hands are slightly in front of your shoulders, knees are right underneath your hips. Let's repeat this series. Cross your right knee over your left knee, flex your foot. Kick your foot up until your knee is in line with your hips. Lower back down and kick back up. Keep your knee slightly inverted. Let's do 4 more. One last time on the other side. Cross your left knee over your right knee. Flex your foot. Now kick your foot up and lower back down. Kick up and lower down. Up and down. Keep moving like this. Your eyes are looking slightly in front of your hands. Your belly button is drawing in. 4 more. Face the side of your mat again. Find your quadruped position. Now lift your right knee and extend your leg. Bend your leg and extend your leg. Bend and extend. Your foot is flexed. Put some pressure into your right hand. Keep your torso and your hips as stable as you can. 2 more. Let's repeat on the other side one last time. Lift your left knee, now extend your leg and bend your leg. Extend and bend. Your foot is flexed, your belly button is drawing in, you're putting pressure into your left hand. 4 more times. Lower your knee back down to the mat. Sit back onto your knees for a moment, relax, and let's repeat lateral bear crawls one last time. Move to the end of your mat and find your quadruped position. Now hover your knees off the mat and start moving towards the right. Opposite arm and leg move together. When you reach the end, return to starting position. If you're ready, you can increase your speed a little bit. One more time to the right. And back to the left. Find a position on your mat and come into child's pose. Stretch and breathe into your back. Let's cool down. Lie down on your mat with your belly. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Now press your body up slowly and come into a cobra. Lower down slowly with control. Press your body up one more time and stretch your abs. Slowly lower back down to the mat. Push your body back and come into child's pose one more time. Come back to all fours. Tuck your toes under and pike up into down dog. Now pedal your feet 10 times. Come into a plank. Lift up your right foot, come into pigeon pose. Sit upright. Lower your torso down to the mat. Lift your body up and form 90-degree angles with both legs. Lean forward and stretch your hip flexor. Come back to all fours and let's repeat on the other side. Pike up and come into down dog. Paddle your feet 10 times. Come into a plank. Lift up your left foot and come into pigeon pose. Keep your torso upright. Now lean your torso forward. Form 90-degree angles with both legs and lean forward to stretch your hip flexor. Come back down to all fours and let's press into down dog one last time. Stretch your hamstrings. Walk your hands back and let your knees bend. Release your head towards your knees and now straighten your legs. Bend your legs and straighten your legs. One last time, bend your legs and straighten your legs. Roll up through your spine one vertebrae at a time. Now circle your arms overhead and release. Inhale and circle your arms up. Exhale and release. One last time, circle up and release. You've worked your legs, your core, and challenged your balance.